This garden's 2 years old now, and there's a couple of things that I would do differently if I had to start this garden over again. The first thing that I do differently is to look up how to start a garden, because if I had, I would have started with step 2. Gosh, it's bright today. So this is my guide to starting a garden, as I should have done when I started this garden. You're so cute. This is my garden, and it's a mess because maybe I neglected it all winter, or it could be because I'm an American and fruits and vegetables come from the produce department at the grocery store.
Se muere de hambre el pobre animal. Your garden doesn't have to be in the perfect spot, but it does need 6 to 8 hours of direct sun, a flattish area so that the water doesn't just roll away. And it has to be close enough to your house so that you can actually walk to it. A place that's not too windy is ideal, which on my property is actually almost impossible. Keep in mind that more sun isn't always better. Leafy greens tend to want shade in the afternoon in the summer. Too much sun can actually have them going to seed before you've even had a chance to enjoy them. The thing about living in Asturias is there are a lot of microclimates here in a very small area. Before starting this garden, we actually walked the yard for a year to understand where the sun actually goes and which spot is more ideal. This area is really cool to me. You know why? Because here we have raspberry. This is a kumquat. We have an avocado tree. My husband had an avocado and grew a tree. This little lychee plant is 3 years old and hasn't grown a bit. The cherry tree is doing great, and there's a bunch of cherries on it already. We have an orange tree. I thought it'd do better because this is kind of an orchard scenario. I gotta go, you guys. They're calling us. Fireworks, fiesta's starting. You always know when there's a fiesta in town when you hear the boop. And I heard the boop. That's the third boop. The part that we skipped when starting this garden was to start small. We should have done maybe 1 or 2 4x4 beds. Instead, we have this behemoth of a garden. We started huge. We started with this bed over here and that bed over there. And one day we will have ducks inside of there. Start with a limited amount and get used to the process and then grow from there. Decide if you want to use raised beds or if you want to have an in-ground garden or to use containers. All 3 work. The question is, what resources do you have and what are you looking to invest in?
Zero.
We transplanted in vegetables the first year because we weren't confident with seed starting. We didn't dig at all. Instead, we fed the soil that was there. We chose in-ground because we have the space and it was the economical choice for us. We started with branches from trees that we'd cut from around our yard, and we covered those branches with manure and compost.
You see the logs, they just sit there and they decompose and they just add to the soil. The soil is really dry right now because we don't have mulch on top, but that is a step that comes next.
And then on top of that, we layered it with dirt, and then we put mulch. After all that, we let it sit for a while. It was obviously a lot less work than digging, and it made our clay soil even richer and healthier. We've actually found that this method has kept us from needing fertilizers. The only thing that we really add in is compost when it's ready. And we know our garden beds are super healthy because everywhere you look is packed with worms. Growing from seed is cheaper, but transplanting is more forgiving. Our first year, we transplanted almost everything, and now we're more confident growing from seed. Personally, I don't like watering my plants. Making the beds the way that I did actually helps the garden to act like a sponge of sorts. It does rain a lot in Asturias, but during the summer, the sun gets really strong, and some days are as long as 15 hours. That's when it's really important to water the plants. We try and water them in the morning so that we don't have wet leaves going into the night, which can lead to diseases. In those instances, you want to make sure to check the soil before you're watering if you see a plant that's wilted, because water may not be what it actually needs. It may just need some shade. Asturias is similar to parts of, I want to say, Northern California. We have mild winters and we have really rainy springs. And then every so often we'll have a confusing summer. I mentioned that Asturias has microclimates, and I think my yard is a true representation of most of the microclimates here in Asturias. The weather in this area is more like the coast, whereas this area is more like the mountains. But this spot is like the valleys.
Hi, Zero. Hi, Boo Boo. Come here. Okay, don't come here. How about that?
Ooh. Oh my God, they smell so good.
I'm looking in there doing bad.
Yeah. The ones that are bad, put them in the compost. But my God, they smell so good.
They're so sweet.
Can't wait to eat these. When I choose plants, first, I think about what I actually want to eat. And then I consider the light in my garden and my soil. And you may have to consider how big the plant is going to get. I mean, growing pumpkins is not for somebody who is space limited. I wish I'd known all of this 2 years ago. I'm still figuring out so much more. And what I want you to know is that it doesn't have to be perfect for your garden to work. The garden doesn't care if you're a beginner or an expert. If you're new here, welcome. When I left the States a few years ago, I was so burnt out. I couldn't fathom what life had in store for me. On this channel, I share this life that I've created here in Asturias, and I want to hear your feedback in the comments. So I will see you over there. There's a video here for you to watch. I don't know what it is, but YouTube says you'll like it. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Oh my God, these smell so good.
Look at these strawberries.
You're so cute. Gosh, it's bright today.